Hi, this is Joe again with another review. For the thing in this video, we'll be discussing the 2018 film Black Klansman. Of course, this movie is directed by Spike Lee, so of course, those of you who follow my subscribers to my channel and stuff, you know they don't review Spike Lee movies. There's a little racist, anti-Semitic piece of crap. But I'm just saying, of course, this movie got such high ratings. I figured, okay, watch this movie, see how it is. And this was actually the first Spike Lee movie that I watched all the way through. There's another movie that he got passed over for the Oscar for Best Picture, which of course was Do the Right Thing back in the late '80s. I saw bits and pieces of that movie because Danny Aiello was in it, and I liked Danny Aiello, so I kind of watched bits and pieces of that, but not the whole thing. So I decided, okay, let's give this thing a shot. So I decided to watch Black Klansman. Oh, it's supposed to be so good. Yada yada. Won the Oscar for. I think he won the Oscar for best screenplay. So I figured, okay, give this movie a shot. But to watch Black Klansman, those of you who never saw Black Klansman, you have to, in a way, you have to suspend your disbelief in this movie. Well, the movie is supposed to be based on a true story about the first black cop in the Colorado Springs Police Department back in the late '60s, and throughout the '60s and into the '70s, or early '70s, this black cop infiltrated the Ku Klux Klan. Now, of course, anybody knows anything about the Ku Klux Klan is outside of Al Qaeda. It's the most racist, anti-Semitic group out there, or hate group out there, and the most and it's definitely the longest, because of years, hate group. It started like as after the Civil War, so just at the end of it, or just when the Civil War ended, that's when this group started up. So it's been around for over 150 years, the Klan. So how in the hell can a black guy, police officer or not, how in the hell did the black guy infiltrated the Ku Klux Klan in the late '60s and early '70s? How the hell did he do that? So that's what I mean by suspending your disbelief. Now, I'm not saying that it didn't happen and stuff. It happened. But you have to think, I mean, how the hell can a black guy be a part of the Klan? Well, what happened was there was actually two people playing one person. The actual black cop, spoke to the Klan on the phone, and when the Klan actually wanted to meet the guy, they had a white cop. It was played by Adam Driver, from the Star Wars movies, from The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, and of course, presumably Episode 9. When that movie comes out later on at the end of this year, plays the white cop who actually goes into the Klan. Well, every time they want to talk to him over the phone, the actual cop, which was the black guy, was the one who talks to him on the phone, and he made himself so believable because well spoken. He doesn't speak like a stereotypical black guy in that time. I do mean stereotypical, so I don't want to have any. Well, the comments going to be the same, but anyway, but I don't want to get any flack for saying something like that. But it's true. He didn't speak like a stereotype. He didn't have the big afro and all that stuff. But he sounded so convincingly to the Klan that he thought it was a white guy. Even though, times in the movie, when some of the Klansman says, "Hey, how can you sound so different on the phone?" And there was one Klansman was convinced that that the white guy and Adam Driver's character was Jewish, which in the movie he actually is Jewish in the movie. I don't know in real life, but in the movie he's supposed to be Jewish, and he says, "Hey, I'm not Jewish," even though he has, Adam Driver, naturally he has a big nose. So of course naturally you have the stereotype that all Jews have a big nose. Hey, I'm Jewish. I look at my nose, folks. I mean, it's a small nose. I inherited my mother's nose. Okay, and she has a small nose by nature. or should I say she had a small nose by nature. Anyway, to get rid of that stereotype right there. So, Aaron Driver has a character. He has to try to keep convincing the Klan that he's not he's not Jewish, and even though he wears a Jewish store, where he's now on duty and stuff. But anyway, they infiltrated the Klan, and they eventually find out after a few years they weren't really playing anything major to destroy a black rally that was going on and stuff like that. But there was one bombing that happened, and one of the Klansmen ends up getting killed, and the wife of this guy went nuts, and they arrested her. They arrested when they told her that there were cops, and she was assaulting them and stuff, and so she got arrested for assaulting the police officers. She went to jail, and they eventually busted some Klansmen, but not all of them. And so the two cops says, "Hey, why don't we continue busting them?" And the superior officer says, "Well, we know with your intel that they weren't going to plan anything, so just drop the whole thing." And eventually they did. And that's where they ended. That's how Spike Lee should have ended the movie, or give a detail like where are they now? The cops were involved in this thing, or what happened with the Klansmen and stuff. How long they went to jail, or they were busted again. Those who weren't busted originally, if they were arrested sometime down the line. That would have been a fine way to end this movie. But, however, Spike Lee, being the little racist motherfucker, excuse my language, that he is, he had to put in all the stuff that would happen in Charlottesville, Virginia, back in 2017, and he put in Trump's comments about, there were good people on both sides, comments about, with the Robert E. Lee statues and stuff. That stuff has nothing to do, what happened in Charlottesville in 2017 had nothing to do with what happened in the 60s and 70s with this particular case. I don't know why Spike Lee put out all that shit in. I think it's just a stick to Trump, really. Because he's a liberal a-hole, like most of the people in Hollywood are. So he threw all that stuff in there, and that was totally. And I guess because I don't think that Spike Lee knew how to end this movie, so he threw all that Charlottesville stuff in there, and to make it clear that all of them were racing, with the Klan and stuff, with the holding up the Confederate flags, which of course I made a previous video about the Dukes of Hazzard television show, and the Confederate flag is not a racist symbol; it's an American flag. Excuse me. It was the battle flag for the Confederate Army. The Confederate Army did not represent slavery. Or the Confederates did not represent slavery. The reason why we had a civil war is because the southern states did not want the federal government telling them what to do. And that's why there was a civil war. Because they felt that the federal government was having too much power at that time. So like now, same thing. So that's why we had a civil war, and that was the flag they chose to represent the Confederate States of America, the Confederate Army. It has nothing to do with slavery. As a matter of fact, Robert E. Lee didn't even have slaves. At the time, he didn't even have slaves. He didn't like slavery. Most Southerners didn't like slavery. But they just didn't, and most Southerners did not even have slaves. At least the poor ones. The rich schmucks, the rich idiots in the South did. They're saying the average schmo, the average guys, or the hard-working, working-class families in the South did not have slaves. And that's a known fact, folks. Right? Not everybody in the South has slaves. Not everybody in the South is a racist. But, because of groups like the Klan, and everybody thinks that everybody in the South is a racist. Which is not true. But Spike Lee put all that stuff in there to end this movie, and it's just not. And you wonder why I don't review Spike Lee movies, because I know that he's a racist mother effer, and he should just go watch the Knicks game and shut up. Spike Lee. But to the film, I thought it wasn't until the end of the movie, the last couple minutes of the movie, it wasn't great. I can see why he didn't win the Oscar. But you know, it's not that terrible. Especially, and I do recommend this movie, especially for those of you who are Spike Lee fans of Spike Lee films. But since the ending of this movie just kills it. I mean, it's not. And the problem I have with this is that I don't know how accurate this movie is. Like I said earlier, you have to like suspend your disbelief when watching this movie. Totally have to suspend your disbelief in this movie. But it's not as bad as I thought it would be. But I thought the movie could have been better. So that's my review of the movie Black Klansman. Please click on the video, please rate it. Please subscribe to my channel, and please forward this video to your Facebook pages. You can check out all my reviews on my YouTube channel at RowdyC.com, it's over WDY, and that's C.com. Homepage to Rowdy Reviewer Christy Moore, and please check out all of his videos on his website. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.